Today we're going to create a holiday penguin. Hello, my most amazing artists! Today we are going to be drawing a penguin. He has a really cool scarf and a hat and some really cool decorations in the background. He's also on a puddle of water or ice. So what we're going to need today is our white piece of paper, pencil, Sharpie, crayons, and we can also use some markers. You're going to start with a pencil. I'm gonna look for half of my paper and then go a little bit lower. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a straight line right at the bottom. Let me show you my bottom of my paper. I'm gonna draw a straight line. This is gonna be the bottom of my penguin. So let's look back at this picture again. See how the bottom is here and he still has his feet and all of his curvy lines. Make sure that your pencil has a good eraser, just in case you make a mistake. I'm gonna start by making a straight line for the bottom of his body. It's okay if it's not perfect. As you can tell, mine is not perfect. Then I'm gonna use my finger and I'm gonna go up, around, and back down. Practice a couple of times. Up, around, back, down. Like a big upside down letter U. Up, around, and back down. The next one is going to be just like this big U, except the U is going to be about 2 finger lengths in and a little U inside of that big U. So again, up, down, and back around. In the middle, I'm gonna make a V. This is for the V of the penguin's head. So I make a diagonal line and then another diagonal line. I'm gonna go ahead and now erase the top of it because that's the top triangle for my penguin's head. Next, I'm going to make the eyes. I'm just gonna make 2 ovals, 1 and 2. You can make your eyes any different if you want to. Mine are gonna be like that. We'll color them in when we get our Sharpie ready. Next, I'm gonna make the beak. And it goes like a smile at first. It'll look kind of weird at first, but then we're gonna add in the beak. So first it's gonna be like looks like a smile. So I start from underneath this eye and back up. Now once I have that curved line, I'm gonna do his beak. So I go at a diagonal line on one side, and a diagonal line at the other side. And I'm going to do the same on the bottom, but upside down for his beak. Next, I'm going to make his scarf. And his scarf goes right under his beak, and it's another curved line. It starts from one side all the way to the other. So I start from one side all the way to the other in a curved line. Then I'm going to jump just a little bit and do the same underneath it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and erase those lines. I'm gonna finish his scarf with a circle. And his scarf is gonna come down because his scarf is tied on nice and tight so that he does not get cold. So I make on the circle, after I make this circle in here, I make 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, 4 diagonal lines. I attach those lines. Remember, I can go and erase the lines from the background. And I can also add some fringe to the bottom. If you want to, you can add some vertical lines for the pattern of his scarf. I can also add a hat for him. And it's the same lines here, except this time the line goes the opposite direction. And it's gonna go like a rainbow line. So first I make a straight line across. I don't wanna go over this here. And I can make another straight line. I'm gonna attach them at the ends. You can either leave this top if you want to. I'm gonna make mine bigger because I have a lot of room, so I can go ahead and make that bigger. And then I'm gonna erase the top. I can make some vertical lines, just like the lines on his scarf. And a big circle on top for the top of his hat. I can't forget his feet and his wings, so that's what I'm going to do next. His feet start at the bottom, and I come down and do 1 bump, 2 bumps, 3 bumps, and back up. I'm gonna do the same to the other side. 1, 2, 3. Now I need his wings. His wings are going to start where his scarf is. And I'm just gonna make a backwards J here. So I come up at an angle and then come back around. So I make a diagonal line. And then I make a U back around, back to his body. Do the same to the other side. Diagonal line, U it back to his body. Now we're almost done. We have 2 more things. We're gonna make the fun puddle that goes under his feet and then the horizon line. So I can make the puddle as big as I want, and it's just a wavy line all the way from one side of his body to the other. So his feet are inside the puddle. Then I'm going to make the horizon line. So I just make a line right behind him to show that that's where the ground is. Now that I'm done, I can go ahead and get my Sharpie and start tracing all of my lines. Close up your Sharpie when you're done and put it back. I'm just gonna go and check. I have some pencil lines that I didn't go over all the way. So I'm just gonna go and color and erase those before I start coloring my artwork. Now I'm going to start with my crayons. Before I get started and before we forget, I want to do some secret lines that you're going to look at later on. So I need to get my white crayon. Before I get started, I am going to make my secret lines in the background of the sky. And I'm going to show you something super cool that we have not done before. So, kind of, but I'll show you. So I'm gonna make some stars, and how I make stars, you can't really see it there, but I'm gonna show you. I'm going to make a vertical line, a horizontal line, and 2 diagonal lines for a star. I'm gonna make a couple of those all over. I'm also gonna make some swirly lines. Now I can't really see them, but it's gonna be a surprise when I start coloring with my marker on top of the crayon. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna make maybe even some snow. I just wanna get a lot of snow pattern in the background. And we'll check that out later. I just wanted to do that now before we forget. So that'll be a fun secret for later. Now I'm going to start coloring in my penguin. I am going to use a crayon for his black, but you can use a different color if you want to use markers, that's fine. Remember, artists color to the best of their ability. So I'm going to make sure that I'm taking my time and I'm coloring in the lines. Remember, you can always pause the video if I'm going way too fast in fast motion for you. Pause the video when I'm done, and then you can catch up and press play when you're ready. Next, I'm gonna go get my markers now, and I'm gonna color in his beak orange and his feet orange. Oop, I forgot one of his wings. I'm gonna color that in. Next, I'm gonna start coloring in his feet and his hat and scarf. Next, I'm going to add the color to his scarf and his hat. I'm gonna color them in red and green. You can choose whatever colors you want to color in your scarf and hat. Now that my penguin is almost all done, I still need to add the background and the blue puddle. First, I'm going to start with the blue puddle underneath his feet. Now that I'm done with my puddle, I'm going to do a really cool, interesting background. And remember, we added some crayons, secret crayon lines to the background. I'm going to find all the cold colors that I can find for my picture. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make a cool background, starting from purple to blue. So I'm going to start with a dark purple on the bottom. And look what happens to my crayon. It actually shows from underneath. I'm going to make a really cool gradient, and I'm going to go from dark to light. And the next color that I'm going to do is a long light purple rectangle. Make sure that you're coloring to the best of your ability, and don't scribble in the background.
Look how cool my sky came out. There are some spots I could probably fix up just a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace one more time around the outside of my penguin so that I have nice bold colors. And it really helps my penguin to pop off the page. Now my penguin is all done. He came out so awesome and now he's ready to go home. When you are all done, please clean up all your markers. I hope you enjoyed creating this fun holiday penguin.